Hello everybody, Thomas J. Barkowski with some more Proquest 3 / Calling Indianapolis Oldhim practice with the Wesley Dong number 5 Worlds Oldhim deck. It's a variation of it. First game today, we go into a 5, so we bring in the Stalagmite, no sideboarding, no G-Rex. I want to see how this goes. Just straight racing, taking a bunch of damage to the face, hitting him back for a bunch, and then using the Stalagmite on his 4 or 5 card turns or on his Art of War turns and hope he has too many reds. So he selects, or maybe I select to go second. He goes first. Leak of damage through. I blizzard it. He doesn't want to pay. Then my first turn, we get a nice CNC pummel, so he's going to get 2 from hand, lose a 3rd card from hand, and lose his arsenal. So off to a good start. I'm like, all right, I'm going to slap the pressure on, and we're just going to take damage to the face and swing back. We got a bunch of blues here, but unfortunately, we got to pay. 2 of those are 6 costs, so we can't make an opportune. You know, if this was if I had a red 4 costs or something else going on here, we could have slapped in the pummel. But instead, we get some cards out of hand. We are still in the pummel. Not bad. I'm trying to figure this out. How can I throw the buckling blow while throwing the pummel? Being as efficient as possible. What can I block with? What can I not block with? You know, how do we want to take damage here? So doing some thinking. Blaze Headlong for 4. It's a phenomenal card. Let's see. We're going to Oldhim React. Get that last card out of hand so he can't threaten a mass trigger. We're going to just take that damage. Down 3, but that's okay because we're going to crack back here. We know we're going to throw the pummeling blow. And we're going to be able to use our tunic counter to pummel that. So hopefully we get a card out of hand, and then we can, the pummel hits, and then we get a 2nd card out of hand. Let's see, he decides not to block. We're still going to pummel it, get the card out of hand, and he takes 9 to the facer. We put the -1 counter on the chest piece because the arms and the head is Blade Break. And the chest piece is Temper, so he can block twice with it. Now he can only block once. And then his legs don't block for anything at all. So he CNC, he E-strikes me here for the buff. So I'm going to take this to the face, and then we're going to swing the out muscle back and maybe try to pummel the out muscle. We're going to put his last card on top of his deck so he has no arsenal. Kind of limit his turn next time. And then we throw away the pummel because it's a blue pummel, so then we get go again, out muscle, and then we can swing in the Frosty Whale for 4, threatening a Frostbite. Want to give him as many Frostbites as possible because hopefully he has a draw, you know, a fair amount of reds, or maybe 3 reds and a yellow, like a Salt of Wound. And then he can't really do much with a Frostbite there, and he has his Kodachi, so he wants to swing the Kodachis as well. So that's what he's going to do. On his turn, he pays 2, 1 floating with that blue soul bead. Swing for 1. Now I have the Fuse Endless Winter here, so I'm going to take damage. And I blocked this 2nd chain link because I don't want him to activate Mask. But the rest of the damage we're going to take so I can throw back this Fuse Endless Winter. Still feeling good. 23 to 15. I'm definitely going to take damage on this turn, but I have the Fuse Endless Winter, so I'm not worried about that. We throw the shield in front of it, we throw the arms, that's a 4, give him a Frostbite, hopefully he's got some reds. He has another blue, and then of course he has this sweet take the tempo, which I'm going to let it hit and let him draw that card. He can play it next turn, that's fine, whatever. Here comes the Endless Winter for 8. Still feeling really good here. He takes it to the face, so now Endless Winter's active. If he swings Kodachi, he gets a Frostbite. So yeah, he has a 5 card hand, but that's fine. We're going to give him another Frostbite. And then we're just going to take damage and try to kill him. And I'm trying to figure out how can I get this Terra Sunder Hammer off and E-Strike at the same time. And then I can crown on my next turn using a Tunic resource to have 5 cards. I can E-Strike, get rid of the 5th card, Terra Sunder using the Macho Grande, and then swing the Whale with the Icy Encounter. So that way I do 5, go again, and then 5, dominate. But he has a lot of armor, so I decided to get rid of the E-Strike and not try to be so on top of aggressive, but still do this 5 dominate. Keep my tunic counter, keep my crown up because I still have the arsenal card. He throws his equipment in front of it. Now I feel really good. I mean, it's definitely 9-7 and anything can happen, but he no longer has mass momentum. I got the Tunic resource and the crown up, so I'm going to make him put a card back in hand. I'm going to take some damage here. I want to survive and still be able to throw something back. So if I can just get rid of the Spinal Crush and then come back with that Choke Slam with the Tunic counter, I would feel good. But then he has another, Blaze Headlong coming in for 4. I decide to Tunic. Let's block this out. It hits anyway because he has the Heart of War. So just trying to think here how we want to do this. I could definitely not block anything, but then I probably die. And then he comes in with a red Soul Bead for 5. If it hits, it has Go Again, which doesn't really matter because he doesn't have any cards and he can't threaten Mask. So we're swinging back another Winter Whales. I'm kind of hoping he just takes it, and then he has a Frostbite and he has a bunch of reds in his hand and he can't do much. But of course he has another blue, so he swings the E-Strike. And what he wants, draw a card, because he's going to snap it. So I block it out, because I know he's going to snap it. Or I guess I block 3, and then I make him put 1 card back, and then he gets to draw that card. Then he comes in for 3 here, which is lethal, so I got to block it. And then I was feeling really good, and I totally forgot he's running Kodachi, so he just 1-for-1 me, takes my cards out of hand, and now I know this game's over. Because he's just going to swing 2 Kodachis, and then he's got 3 cards in hand. So, done, GG, good job, Fi. I thought I played this game well, but I still got my butt kicked, so obviously I didn't. But that's why we practice.